And it goes a little something like,
How can you love all summer and after how can you love all summer and after how can you love?
I gotta say, I'm not sure that I even remember how to do this. It's been so
What's up,
long.
bitches?
It's been so long. Before anything, I just want to take a moment to express my gratitude to everyone for their patience and understanding during this time. For those who do not follow us on Twitter and may not know the circumstances, I lost my father the night before Christmas Eve. So this holiday season has been very, very difficult for my family and I. And lots of amazing support, and to everyone who's reached out, to friends and even listeners who I don't know personally. I appreciate all of it. Cactus, I appreciate you being so patient and understanding with this hiatus that, I've forced us to be on during the most important time of the football season. As a football podcast, that definitely hurts to miss out on, so many weeks, but it, life threw a curveball, but it's time that I should say, start getting back into normal routines again and start just kind of getting back into the swing of things. So thank you again for everyone's patience and understanding, and a happy belated New Year's, and hope everyone had a good Christmas. Cactus, it's good to be back with you.
See, now I can't call you a bitch. That was so somber. And before the start of the podcast, I was like, see, so much anger and aggression has been built up over these past few weeks, and you're the person I take that out on. And I can't do that right now. So it's just following that, because what we talked about before, I was just going to call you a bitch right away, just to kick it off. But how's it going, Safa? I miss you.
Yeah, it's good to be back, and a lot's happened since the last time we came on here, and
Holy shit.
Before we start talking about our stuff, obviously, we have to address, the big NFL news from Monday. Everyone knows, with Damar Hamlin.
Yeah, Skip Bayless.
Bayless. Great news coming out of these last few days and today. Seeing him, he FaceTiming the Bills, and just not only surviving that terrifying moment, but to make such an incredible comeback already. It's pretty awesome to see him coming to and asking the doctors if they won the game. And
that sounded like some hockey player shit right there.
Right, it does.
That sounded like some fucking hockey player shit. The first thing he said, "Did we win?" Like, come on, bro.
Man's lucky to be alive.
I don't know if you know. You probably don't, but there's this guy for the Dallas Stars. His name was Rich Peverly.
Mm-hmm.
He literally had a heart attack on the bench, and in the ambulance. It was okay. Not as severe. I'm just saying this is why it made me think of a hockey player.
Yeah.
He was in the ambulance, and on the way to the hospital, he came to and was like, "So, are you bringing me back to the arena so I can get back in the game?" After the camera just caught him having a heart attack on the bench. Is not, man. No.
Hockey players are built different.
That's crazy. That's the first thing he said. Come on, man.
I don't mean that to take anything away from Hamlin. Hockey players are they're just crazy, but it's so awesome to see, after everything on Monday night, I was watching it. I think the majority of us had a thought in the back of our minds that he might not pull through this. It was that serious. So
Yeah, it was crazy. And I will say the NFL has handled this horrendously.
yeah, I don't disagree. I mean, I was saying that night that they absolutely should have, postponed, and there was the issue with the whole 5-minute warm up scenario.
I don't think that was real. They came out and said that wasn't a thing.
I did hear after that it was like one person that made that call. I don't know the truth to that, but I don't know.
Whatever. I agree with the game being canceled for that night, but with the game being flat out canceled, that's dumb.
And I mean,
So
again,
two teams at the end of this. When was the last time? I mean, maybe it happens more often than I realized, but I'm almost 100% sure. When has there been a time where two teams in the league literally are just missing a game from their record at the end of the season?
I could not tell you. I can't ever.
I don't remember if that was ever a thing.
Yeah, I could never tell you, and it's gonna. Again, at the end of the day, the most important thing is Hamlin's health, and looking at it now, very grateful for his recovery. But
I will say this too.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
you're good.
Yeah, they're all bitches. Like, yes, obviously I was watching it. That shit was scary. Originally, before I saw the 1,000 replays, I thought it was to the head originally.
Yeah,
it was scary. Like, come on, I can't not feel bad for the man and hope that he makes a speedy recovery and he's able to get back to the field and be as good of a player as he is now. But I don't know. As much as that matters, Skip Bayless went out and tweeted his thing, and then everyone went at his head.
Yes,
but I don't think they realized that the first tweet, 11, 15, whatever minutes before he's tweeted that out, was how are they going to play something like they can't play this game anymore. Prayers for him. That was scary, yada, yada, yada. And then he went and did his job, and everyone hated him for it. You guys are all bitches.
They were very quick to go after Skip, and I mean, I was annoyed when I first saw that tweet, but I mean, when you take a moment to again look into the context of the other tweets that he made,
step back from the emotion,
right,
and you realize that he's just doing his job, and then at the very end of it too, still says, "I'm praying for."
Right.
So
it's just I'd never seen anything like it. Like, it was a scary situation, and I don't think that there's enough credit being given out to the trainers that quickly stepped in and started administering CPR, because, I mean, saved his life. And it's like I haven't seen much of anything, as far as positivity towards them. I know there was one guy who I saw mentioned on a Facebook article, but that's about it. I don't know. I just feel like...
I'm sorry, I just faded out there. What'd you say? What was the last thing you said?
Just that there's not enough attention on the guys who stepped in and administered CPR.
The first responders, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I will say, shout out to the NFL fans for his toy drive, for Hamlin's
that was cool.
toy
that
drive.
Was cool.
I read it was over $8 million today.
Holy shit! It
And,
was at $2 million 2 days ago.
Yeah, and I saw that one Rob Gronkowski put it over $8 million by donating $69,000. Nice.
Good for him.
Or 6,900 maybe. Either way, there was a 6 and a 9 involved, and it was nice.
Did you see that Giselle is dating someone now?
I did not. I saw that Brady might be.
How? How are either of them dating someone yet?
I don't know. It was just like a rumor, but there's like this model that was at the game
Dude,
wearing a Brady jersey, and apparently there's like
weren't
some
they
Instagram photos of them.
weren't they married for like 17 years?
A while, yeah.
And a month later, they're both already off with someone else.
Well, yeah,
That's pretty sus.
a little bit, but I don't know.
I just thought of that because like I don't know where the thought came from, but one day I was thinking, it's like, do you think Giselle and her new boyfriend just talk shit about Tom Brady, and then me as the normal civilian I am and thinking about it of how crazy a conversation it'd be to be two famous people talking shit about Tom Brady, and you both actually know him, like that. You're not just shit talking normal friends, you're shit talking Tom Brady.
I mean, yeah, the GOAT.
Dude, you
It-
think Antonio Brown piped her?
I hope not.
I hope he did. For AB's sake, I hope so. Did you see the way she was looking at him after they won the Super Bowl?
I do in the picture, but I mean that was
She said, "Ooh,
they
let me
cut,
see
he
that
caught
ring."
a snippet of the whole scenario. I don't think it was quite what it appered to be, but
You see, AB's no longer blocking himself in his house either.
he's no longer what?
He's no longer barricading himself in his house.
Oh, that's good.
Dude, good for Antonio.
Yeah.
Bunch of positive. See, we got to talk about positive things too, not just negative things. We can talk about positives.
So positive. One
The
thing
Bruins
that
won the Winter Classic.
there you go. The Wild
Yeah.
have started getting a little hot lately. They're in
For real? Is
they are in
crazy.
Buffalo right now as we speak.
Dude, should I make a drive up there?
Do it.
I'll get in the car right now. We could do a podcast with me on the way to Buffalo.
Perfect. And also,
Let's
as we
fucking
speak,
go. What time do the Bruins play? At 10:30?
Ooh,
Oh my! Oh, they're in California.
I was gonna say they gotta be West Coast.
Oh my fucking god, dude!
Ouch.
I'm gonna be up till like 2 a.m. watching a hockey game.
And then,
All right, sorry, I kept cutting you off.
No, you're good. You're good. Right now, as we're doing this as well, Tennessee and Jacksonville are going at it for the
Bodie.
AFC South.
Bodie.
Cactus.
Can I tell you something?
Yes, you may.
Can I? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. You're the only Tennessee.
I have missed that so much.
Yeah, I had to carry someone else had to carry the load for a little bit there, and it wasn't Chubb.
No, it definitely wasn't.
No, I wasn't saying it to anyone. No one was carrying the load. It was just a full load waiting to be carried.
No loads were carried.
No loads were carried over the past 4 weeks, which is a shame.
Just super backed up.
But now I can finally just let my load loose and let Chubb carry it.
This is a football podcast. We're good lord.
Rated X.
Good lord. I don't even know where we're at anymore, but
Dude,
shit.
We went from, I think it was me. We went from Hamlin to Brady, Giselle to Antonio
Yeah.
to hockey to now sex.
One more thing I wanted to mention about Brady is
Oh, fuck.
I don't see it like happening just based on all the other teams, but I mean Brady and the Bucks, they're back in the playoffs, 4 seed, they're gonna host the playoff game, and this past weekend, Brady and Evans looked unbeatable. Granted, it was Carolina, but you know, it's fucking Tom Brady, and he's in the postseason. You never know.
Yeah, I kind of
never
knew
know.
it. I knew it. I knew even if they somehow finished a negative record and they still won their division, I knew that
It's still Brady.
It's Tom. It's Tom.
You can never write him out.
And Evans looked insane.
Yeah, it seems like, they had been missing their chemistry lately, and they found it
What's
at the
going
right
on
time.
with Godwin?
He's been pretty consistent.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I have both of them. Yeah, man. I mean, you gotta see Brady going into the playoffs no matter what.
For sure. But speaking of playoffs, it's been a while since we've been on here. Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs.
Playoffs?
How about them Chargers?
Hey, bro, bolt up.
Listen, there was a time where Cactus Joe here had all but given up.
Send them receipts, baby.
You never fully committed to the give up, though. You were close, and I told you a couple weeks. I said, listen, there's still a little reason to hope, and all of a sudden, guys are getting a little bit healthier, and you guys are officially clinched.
Man, it was like I would go on like 15-minute rants about how bad I hate this team and how much I've given up, and the season's done. I wrote it off, and then the last sentence would be, but like I can't actually give up because like my
It's your
team,
squad,
but fuck them. But fuck them. I'm not building up hope. My hope will remain. It's slowly dwindling, but we made the fucking playoffs, man.
You did. You guys are officially in.
Hey,
I mean,
all
you
you
need is a shot.
Herbert fucking haters, all you Herbert haters, you no longer can say that Herbert isn't good because he hasn't made the play. He hasn't brought his team to the playoffs. Guess what, bitches? He brought himself to the playoffs. Hey, Emmanuel Acho, you've been real quiet. I haven't seen your name trend once. I haven't seen the Chargers mention you, and I haven't seen one tweet of yours pop up on my feed.
Can I
You're
also
irrelevant.
say, regardless, how you feel about the Chargers, Justin Herbert getting them to the playoffs through all this season's turmoil with
Oh my God,
Keenan Allen, his injuries, Mike Williams,
His
that's just the
star
offensive
protector.
side.
His star protector, Rashawn Slater.
Right.
Dude, like, fuck. And yeah, that's only the offensive side we're talking about right there.
Exactly.
You got Bosa done for 90% of the year.
Mm-hmm.
The
JC.
This is sad. What was supposed to be the best signing of the offseason, unfortunately, turned problematic.
Yeah.
Derwin James coming back playing almost the entire year, but still kicking ass.
He's looked good.
Bryce Callahan was a great signing, did real good there. Finally got rid of Jerry Tillery.
And it seemed like it took a little bit, but it seems like Eckler sure found his nose for the end zone again.
Yeah, I know. Remember my first, what was it, the first 3 weeks? I was like, Eckler, where the
Right.
you?
Yeah.
Freaking out. And guess what? He still finished the season's not even done, but he's over 20 touchdowns again. And he leads the league in total touchdowns, I think.
I'm pretty sure. And you guys have won
He did it
5
last
of
year
6.
too.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
You guys have won 5 of 6. You're in the playoffs. Right now you're holding the 5th seed, right? Or this
Yep. We're 5th seed. And Lord, do I want to stay at the 5th seed. Tell me why I looked up Alex Eckler.
I couldn't tell you.
What the fuck?
Because let's see, the 5th seed would, let's say
it'd be the winner of this game.
Yeah. So you're looking at, I'm guessing Jacksonville.
I would much rather play one of those two teams.
Plus, I mean, I don't mean to bring it up again, but it'd be like a little revenge game because they kind of dogged you earlier in the season.
They did, dude. They fucked us.
Yeah.
What was it, like 30 plus to 7 or 6?
38-10.
Yeah, it was a fucking dog water showing from the Bolts, and fuck Trevor Lawrence and his wavy, luscious locks.
Yeah. He's got a head of hair on him.
I like his head of hair.
Yeah, I've been very impressed lately with Trevor Lawrence. He's looked pretty solid.
I'm not done yet, Zappa.
I'm not trying to transition. I was just making the
Yes, you
point.
are. I don't care.
You think I don't care to talk about Jacksonville? Just making a point.
Duval.
No, but Chargers, man, not enough people are talking about them. Obviously,
First 5 years, man.
5
years. I remember watching the last win too we had.
Yeah.
I worked at AT&T at the time. We had DirecTV. We had 4 flat screens on the wall, and it was Chargers versus Ravens. Beat Lamar Jackson with a Melvin Ingram sack fumble.
I was gonna say, was that like with like so many fumbles? I remember in that game.
Yep.
I watched it. In the back room of my work on my phone.
Uchenna was there, and then that was the game that Phil did the first down celebration, I think.
The delayed one?
Yeah, where I'm pretty sure that's where he ran up, yeah, and he just looked, and shot the hand forward.
Classic Phil.
Classic fucking Phil, man.
Oh, I love it.
Man, we gotta. I don't want to play the Chiefs or the Bills.
Well,
don't want to.
Definitely not to start it. You're gonna have to at some point, obviously, but
I know, but I'd rather get our footing.
Well, let me say this. You guys coming in tomorrow's week 18. It all ends tomorrow for the regular season. You guys you got Denver, right? Hosting them? Or
Here, hold on. I found the Phillip Rivers first down celebration. I'm retweeting it on your account.
Let's go.
Good old Phil. Also, your Kirk is like a cheap version of Phil.
Interesting.
Do you hear the way Kirk swears?
Frick.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing as Phil, but it's like I heard one of the words he said out. It was like way over the top, extreme. I was like, "Come on, man! You're just trying to be Phil."
But Phil had way more of a competitive fire to him.
That's true. Like, he was up in people's faces, pushing them, yelling at refs.
Kirk is not a trash talker in the slightest. I mean, I love Kirk, but he's a doof. His wife dresses him for his post-game press conferences. He admitted that. So
I didn't realize the Titans are 7-9. How could they win? Oh, I guess they'd end 8-9. Yeah, I want the Titans to win. I like playing Malik Willis in the playoffs more.
I'll give you that, yeah, for sure. And
I like playing them, especially with Bosa back too.
Yeah, Jacksonville's kind of riding a high, especially after that Dallas game. That was insane.
And this is, oh man, I'm so excited.
Hell yeah, man!
I'm so excited, Bodie.
As you should.
You know why? Because this means there's a chance that I see a championship in both sports. Chargers are in the playoffs. The Bruins are going to make the playoffs. They're the best team in the league still, and so, like, that would be an insane time to be alive.
That'd be crazy.
It'd be crazy. It would be crazy. God.
I am confident that you guys take care of business tomorrow.
It's in Denver.
Well, regardless, they're just broken. They're broken right now. I did read a report that obviously they can't have the talks until whatever date it is. Sean Payton, yeah. So,
which I wonder if they're going to cut Russ.
I don't think so.
Why would you not cut him, man? He looked so piss poor.
Jerry Jeudy, I believe it was, really came out in defense of Russ.
Oh, Jags with a 3-0.
Oh.
Oh no, end of first, my dumbass.
Wow.
Jerry Jeudy, what do you do for Russ?
Came out and like defended him against all the critics, saying that he's like, the best teammate he's had, and he's such a hard worker, and loves to learn behind him. And so I don't know if Russ necessarily has lost the locker room, but
Oh, he does have he has an office at the Broncos facility.
I did read that.
What the heck?
Regardless, I mean, let's ride. Fuck the Broncos. We don't care. I think you guys
ride.
I think you guys ride all over them and lock in the 5th seed. I'm confident that you guys get it done. Let's
ride.
As for the Vikings, man, NFC North champs.
Super quick before you go to the Vikings.
Let's go. What you got?
I have to say this. Shout out to AJ.
Shout out to AJ.
I really did not think the Giants were going to make the playoffs. I really thought maybe snorted a line of Coke and just were riding the high for a minute. But Danny Dimes.
I'm going to say this.
Vanilla Vic.
Shout out to AJ. Nah. Fuck you, AJ. I love you. But fuck you, AJ. Because we're probably going to see you in round 1. Because, unfortunately, the Vikings were sitting with an outside shot at the number 1. We just needed Philly to lose out, and the Vikings needed to win out. Vikings win the first one, Eagles lose. No Jalen Hurts. And then the Eagles play the Saints, and it's like, okay, even with Minshew in there, they're not going to lose that. Well, they lose it by double digits, and they look atrocious. So now all of a sudden, the Vikings, it's like, oh, we win this one, the pressure's really on them, and we really have a shot at the 1 seed. Yeah, well, then we go into Lambeau and just get fucking smacked.
I
can't figure out this football team. I can't. We're 12-4.
I love your Discord. I love your Discord.
My Discord is just a hot mess.
I love it. It was so funny.
It's like, I cannot figure this team out. We are 12
If the Packers win, aren't they in?
Yes, they are winning in.
Okay.
Them and the Lions play tomorrow night. And it's an interesting scenario, that 7th seed. It's down.
Can the Lions make it?
They can. It's down to Seattle, Detroit, and Green Bay. Now, Green Bay.
None of which team. The Lions are the only team that deserve to be in there.
That's who I think should be in there. I'd be afraid to play them, to be honest. Jared Goff, goofball, he's slanging it.
Dude, you'll never guess what happened today at work. Quick.
What you got?
Lady came in, Chicago Bears scarf, Chicago Bears sweater, and a
Gross.
Chicago Bears hat.
Gross.
And I was like, oh, Chicago? And the Minnesotan fucking poured out of me. And she goes, Vikings? And I was like, whoa. I was like, whoa.
That's amazing.
Whoa. What made you say that? And she goes, you said Chicago. And you're from Minnesota, right? I was like, holy shit.
That's amazing.
Yes, I am. And no Vikings. Sorry. And the Bears suck. The Bears.
The Bears.
I was just dumbfounded. I said one word and she said Vikings.
That's funny. What are the odds?
I know, in some random town in Pennsylvania.
That's amazing.
These Yinzers are wild.
Yeah, because the Steelers still have a little bit of hope. Not much, but
Yeah, God. You know how annoying that has made living?
I can imagine.
That's all I hear about. Kenny Pickett, Kenny Pickett.
Trust me, I'm living it over here because the Packers beat us to go to 8-8, and apparently they just won the Super Bowl. Is what it sounds like.
You know what? They won. And that's that.
Yeah, they won, just like we won the first matchup. It's usually split every year, it seems like.
Although, Jair was right. The first game was a fluke.
Oh, fuck off. No, absolutely not. The Packers had a great scheme for him. The running the triple coverage. And I don't want to spend too much time on this Packer game because...
What were his sunglasses he was wearing after the game? What the fuck?
I did not see actually.
He looked like he was... Oh, man, I can't... Tron? He looked like he was out of Tron or some bullshit.
Are you talking Jair?
Justin Jefferson.
Oh, I did not see.
I'll send you a picture right now. He looked like he was straight out of Tron. Like some futuristic bullshit.
Yeah.
It was kind of funny.
So I don't want to spend too much time on the Packer game. It is what it is. It's just it's so frustrating. This 12-4 football team that keeps somehow pulling these wins out of their ass. And it's like our losses this season have just been brutal. It's either we win a close game or we get blown out. And I saw something on Twitter that just made perfect sense for the Vikings this season. They said the Vikings are either going to win the Super Bowl in the most dramatic fashion or they're going to lose by 40 in the first round.
You know what I see on Twitter?
What's that?
Trending in United States. Butthole surfers.
That is not what I was expecting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Either.
Butthole surfers.
Very interesting.
Yeah, you guys are weird.
We make no sense.
I'm not actively rooting against the Vikings, but
I know you're waiting for the inevitable.
I just think I don't see how this isn't a one and done team, or they win by 1 point all the way to the Super Bowl.
Right, exactly. There's no in between.
It's either their first game they're going to lose 7-43, or it's going to be 30-29 for the next 4 games.
Right.
There's nothing in between. It's not going to be a good game by the Vikings where they skate by or look like look like their record. It's the same thing I'm saying for the Giants. So realistically, if you and the Giants play in the first round, this is exactly what I've been waiting for, because one of the two things I want to... Oh, shit, it came out. I said... one of the two things I want to happen are going to happen.
Yeah. I will say...
Yeah.
We can still, get the 2 seed back from San Francisco, but that's not going to happen. They play Arizona at home tomorrow.
And Kyler's not... Yeah, and Kyler's
no
done.
Kyler. So, I mean, even if we win, which we should, the Bears are starting fucking Peterman. But, I don't know. Because I already saw that Harrison Smith is not playing. They said it's because of knee soreness, which is clearly just they're going to rest him. Because, he was a full participant all week.
I don't like resting players in the final game.
I do. If he actually maybe has a little soreness in his knee, you might as well. And
that's true.
The Vikings, oh man, we lost Brian O'Neill. He's done.
That was a big one.
We've been without Garrett Bradbury, who, I was very vocal at the beginning of the year that I was not a fan. He played brilliantly, and he's been hurt ever since. And then our second string center's down, so we're on our third center, who was a huge liability to us in that Packer game. He couldn't get the silent countdown. I mean, we had so many false starts because of him where he wouldn't snap the ball. It cost us multiple timeouts because he wouldn't get the ball snapped, before the play clock.
Oh, that makes sense why Madden already updated it to where all your players are hurt. And I played my homie, shout out to Braden, the other day on Madden. I was the Chargers and he was the Vikings. And I was using my middle linebacker, so I wasn't even controlling the D-line. Mm-hmm. I swear to God, and I I had 4 sacks on one drive from Bosa and Mack, and then the next drive I got 3 more, and then the drive after that I got 3 QB hits to where he was throwing the ball and he just got drilled. And on the last one, was about to sack him, and Kirk threw the ball up. I picked it off and returned it for a touchdown, and then he shut the game off.
Why'd you do that to us?
I got like 11 sacks in the span of 3 drives.
Why'd you have to do that to us?
That kind of makes sense why it was so easy. Like they were just walking through the line. I felt bad for them because you know how annoying that'd be for 3 drives in a row where you get 0.2 seconds to even look at who you want to throw the ball to.
Oh God, that just sounds horrendous.
I felt bad. I felt really bad.
Yeah, man. It's going to be so tough for the Vikings with our line banged up. Our defense obviously has been very rough this season. One bright spot, though, Duke Shelley. Man's got that dog in him. He's a baller. Big fan of that signing.
You're a baller.
Getting off the practice squad, coming up to the main roster. Debuted with that big pass breakup in overtime against the Bills, and I mean he's been rock solid. So happy to have him.
I'm rock solid.
Hey.
The silence instantly from him.
Oh man.
All your momentum stopped.
I know.
That was funny.
Just derailed everything.
What would you do without me? What would you do without me?
I would have a very, very boring podcast with no banter and probably no dick jokes. So
no dick jokes. That'd be it. What kind of world do we want to live in? We can't make a simple dick joke.
Exactly. It'd be terrible.
Super quick. Our podcast has been all over the board tonight, and I'm going to continue it. Did you see the That 90s Show trailer?
I did. I sure did.
Dude, I'm excited.
I am too. Anyone out there who likes That 70s Show, me and Cactus, big fans. Big fans. Great guys. Great show.
There's no Dan D in America.
How many times have we quoted that? There's legit times where just out of nowhere, either Cactus or myself will just text each other, America.
Say my son's name, Eric. And then his face is like, holy shit.
Oh, it's so good. I can't wait. I'm very excited.
I wish Hyde could return, but
yeah.
This is how I hope the story goes, at least then. I hope Hyde's in jail.
Right.
I hope Hyde is in jail, and I hope they say something about that.
This is why
because that played true to his character.
Right. This is what sucks about, actors and this kind of shit, because it's like, fuck Danny Masterson, but we love the character.
Oh, yeah. Like, you know how many people I've talked about that 70s show with, and I'm like, yeah, I have no problem with Hyde.
Right.
They get mad at me.
Because they think you're talking about him, yeah.
Like, I'm going to be honest, I haven't really read anything about it, so I'm not going to give an opinion on something I don't know about. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, dude, I'm just talking about Hyde. Hyde's funny. Hyde's amazing. That show's amazing. And I cannot wait.
Yeah, I'm excited for
that. I hope there's so many callbacks and like little Easter eggs and shit that are just a throwback to that 70s show.
Right. My only fear is that the teenagers or whatever, they're going to be annoying as fuck.
They probably will, because I don't know why, like, they all look, I don't know. So in that 70s show, the early seasons, they did look like they could pass as teenagers. But then once we got to the later, they looked like they started aging a decent amount, which I have no issue with, because whatever, it's the 70s, they were all smoking a shit ton of pot, getting drunk, whatever. But the actors in this show look like tiny little high schoolers. And I'm just praying that they're not, like just some annoying fucks.
Right.
Although that's why I love that Kitty and Red are there.
Of course.
And I swear, I don't know if I remember in the trailer or not, but she better have that annoying ass laugh.
Oh, there's no way that they could. There's no way they could ever bring her on and not have her have the laugh. There's no way.
I can't wait. I'm so excited. It comes out this month.
Yeah, it does.
It comes out in like 2 weeks.
Hell yeah, brother.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Now, what were we talking about? Oh yeah. I forgot. There's no damn D in America.
All right. Last notes that I have for the Vikings. Losing the 2 seed definitely stings, because now if we make it out of the first round and, here's what I'm thinking. I see us playing the Giants. We beat them once. I think we can beat them again, especially at home. But then we got to make that fucking trip to San Francisco most likely, because I assume that they'll win. And man, I don't want to play in San Francisco. I'd rather play Philly, I think. But
if you play Philly and you lose to Philly again, that would be horrible.
It would be. It's just the Niners are the ones who eliminated us last time we were in the postseason. So
I thought it was Really?
Yeah, 2019 when we went into New Orleans and upset them in overtime. And then we went to San Francisco and their defense just fucked us up.
Zaffa, if the Chargers and the Vikings can make the Super Bowl.
Dear God. After all the drama of this season, could you imagine if it actually came true?
That's how it ends this year.
Like, with all the drama of, like, all the injuries on your team and the just sheer craziness of, like, our year with the Bills game and the 33-point comeback, and
that would be perfect.
That would be perfect.
That feels too good to be not happen.
I agree.
I feel like who do we have to get into contact with at the NFL to get this whole thing rigged up? No pun intended.
Probably Roger.
Roger. You think he got Twitter?
I'm sure he would have to.
Or do you think he's got like fake ones? Do you think I have to scour for some burner accounts?
Maybe.
Roger Goodell. Roger. Oh, he does. And his Twitter thing is NFL Commish. What a baller.
God.
Oh, the last time he tweeted was a year ago. Are his DMs open? He only has 500,000 followers. That's kind of crazy, actually.
That is surprising.
And he has 43 liked tweets, and one of them's ours. That's cool.
Well, would you look at
Thanks
that?
Thanks for being a listener, Roger.
So yeah, man,
that would be sick.
One more regular season game, and this season's just flown by.
It really did.
But I also feel like
I've for like a year and a half. In between episodes, it still feels crazy that we started this.
Yeah, and it's like I feel like I've aged about 40 years during the season.
Dude, I know. Just thinking about all the episodes and the emotions of a lot of those.
Yeah.
Like, it's been such a roller coaster.
It has been. But, I mean, one thing that I do enjoy is the fact that we both said at the start of the season that we were going to be playoff teams. It's official. We both are. I said the Vikings would finish 12-5. Vikings are 12-4 right now. If we can go 13-4, that'd be sick.
What was I? I was off by 2 games, right?
You had us going 14-3.
That's what I thought. Okay.
But
Fuck you guys.
one thing that I want to do, for, I'll probably do it so we can record it like right before the Super Bowl is. I want to go back. I want to gather up all of our predictions so that we can compare them just to see how we do.
Yes.
As far as like
Yeah,
the award winners and
receipts.
standings and just everything.
That'd be a cool episode.
Yeah, maybe we can do that. You know, we can even do it after the Super Bowl, I guess. But whatever.
The night before the Super Bowl, just like we could dude. We should figure out how to do that live.
I'm sure we could figure that out.
That would be sick if we could do like a live reaction of where we're just playing our old shit, just trying to figure out. You know what I mean? Like that'd be.
I bet I could get it to where we stream it to our YouTube channel.
That'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
I'll start looking into that.
Like we said at the beginning of the season, man, keep them receipts.
Yes, sir. Exactly.
Now let's see who knows football better.
It's just been a crazy season, man. Crazy.
Although we're both going to be wrong for the Bengals and Ravens. Because again, the first time in NFL history, two teams are just going to have a game missing from their record.
Yeah. Yeah.
When are we going to do?
When are we going to do what?
More.
You broke up.
What?
You broke up. I didn't hear what you said.
When are we going to do more what ifs?
Oh.
We gotta, with the season winding down, we're going to have to start thinking about. I love how we just plan out a podcast on the podcast.
On the podcast for everyone to hear. I mean, obviously, obviously, once the season ends, we won't have current events to talk about really. So throw out the what ifs then, and then we can also transition into hockey.
Yeah, we would start. Yeah, we should probably do that.
Yeah, we'll make that work.
Again, guys, we're small enough. We can do this to where you guys wouldn't actually care. And you guys can leave us feedback, even though no one does, which is kind of sad because I think we're pretty funny and we say a lot of stupid shit. So you'd think we'd have people being like, God, what an idiot, at least. You'd think we'd have people shit talking us by now. But
I'm surprised that we don't have any haters because we talk a lot of shit.
We really do. Like, a serious amount of it too, to almost everybody in the league.
I mean, I've insulted so many fan bases. I'm shocked that there hasn't been any hate.
You know what I'm gonna do?
What's that?
I'm just gonna make a lot of burner accounts and start tweeting at us.
Engagement's going up.
But all the hate's gonna be towards you.
Damn. Fuck.
Fuck that Dawson dude. He a bitch.
He a bitch.
Cactus cool though.
Yeah. Oh man, it's good to be back. It's nice to have a nice football conversation again. Start getting
and a conversation about sex and
we talked about that
70s show. Yeah, man, we were all over the board.
And honestly, I kind of expected that. We had zero planning to this. We talked about it earlier in the day. Like, all right, let's just put one out.
After at least for me, after like week 3 or 4, I kind of stopped thinking about what I was going to talk about anymore and just
I agree.
Go with the punches, because at that point it was just because again it took a little bit to kind of get back into the setting of okay, this feels like working with him and we can just have a conversation for 8 hours.
Yeah, and the thing with those though is we always had like a format at least. Like okay, we know we're gonna recap here and predict here and all that. With this one,
we stopped doing the pick'ems and shit a while.
Yeah, it's just, man, life just threw some curveballs. Like even prior to the whole situation with my dad, like the holidays were kicking both of our asses at work. I mean, you're in the middle of a long stretch without a day off.
Dude, who does that? And then he gave me 4 shifts in a row that were close open.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bruh, why are you this big of a bitch?
Yeah, and I mean, I'm up at 4 a.m. every day for work now, so it's like,
Oh my God.
with the time difference, that's why it's like sometimes you'll be messaging me and I'm already in bed, or then I have a night off and I message you.
You
And
know what? You know what, Zafa? I'm gonna go look at our messages real quick because for
I
anyone
know.
listening,
I hit you at like
listen to
3
how
a.m.
listen to how absurd this was. I didn't save it, but you texted me at 3:43 a.m. Podcast? Question mark.
Because sometimes you're up late. I never know. I happen to be up.
4 a.m. my time.
I didn't know.
I looked at it the next morning and I was like, when the fuck did he send this? Because I went to bed at like 2. And I look at the fucking time, 3:43.
I missed you by a couple hours.
And then I've fallen asleep multiple times after like.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go cook a burger and then we'll do it. And then like 45 minutes later, I'm like, man, that better be a really good burger. Only to find out you almost burned your kitchen down. So you see everybody, this is the process it's been for us to try and coordinate to get an episode out.
Those last 2 things we just said explain how the past 2 months have gone.
Exactly. Oh man.
Man, I even said it last time too. Although I was true to my word last time when we did our last podcast a few weeks back, and I was like, we will get one out on Wednesday. And then I texted Zafa. I was like, Zafa, what up with it? What we doing? Were we doing this? We promised this. And then Zafa couldn't do it. And I tweeted out. I was like, I'm here and I'm ready.
Yep.
Where's his ass at?
I texted Zafa with a sad face. I saw that on Twitter and I was like, oh no. Oh no.
I did my part.
It's true.
It's fine. We got this, boys.
And we got to figure out a way that you can get like some Charger talk up that you can put on the channel just for yourself.
I just don't know. I don't know how to do it.
I know. It's hard.
I'm so computer illiterate.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I do have a laptop. I could use the laptop. You know, the last 20 minutes of this podcast have been us planning and talking about.
All of our listeners are officially gone.
They've been gone for like 15 minutes, but it's fine.
It's fine. Great guys.
Whoever listens this far, you know what? If anyone listens this far, DM us and I will cash up you $5. If you have made it to this point in the podcast, I will give you $5.
Fuck that. No. Let's get some engagement here on our YouTube.
$1.
If you have made it this far to this point, comment on the YouTube video of the podcast. Comment something like,
Zafa's a bitch.
No.
Okay.
No.
Sorry. My fault.
Actually, no, fuck it. Let's go. Yeah. If you've made it to this point and you're listening on the YouTube channel, comment Zafa's a bitch. Let's make that happen.
Comment this. I hope your one friend listens this far and comments it. Oh God, please someone comment that. That will make my night.
Good God. Oh man. Okay. Week 18. The NFL regular season ends tomorrow. Chargers looking to lock up the 5th seed. Vikings looking to potentially move up to the 2 seed. Otherwise, we're locked in at 3. And we'll have, everything finalized by tomorrow evening or tomorrow night. And it's going to be, a pretty intense day of football for, some of those teams fighting for that last spot. Should be fun and should be filled with lots of drama, which we all love.
What are you doing tomorrow night?
Watching Packers Lions.
You want to do like a little 20-minute podcast at halftime?
I mean, I think we could
Just
probably
recap all the games.
We could either
real
do it
quick.
at halftime or we could do it in between, because I know the afternoon slate usually ends about 45 minutes to an hour before the Sunday night game. So.
Oh yeah, we could do that. Yeah, let's do that.
All right, we'll look for that.
Just try to push some more shit out here.
Yeah, I agree.
We can get some shit. I'll look it up how to do that.
Yeah, for
Video
sure.
shit for myself.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Gonna be a good day of football.
It should be for sure. And I'm gonna go catch the rest of this AFC South title match, winner take all. So,
I'm gonna go watch Law and Order Special Victims Unit.
There you go.
You know, when you sit down and you watch the first intro where it's like dun dun, I can't get up. I sit down, I watch the intro, and then I like go to get up, and then the commercial's over, and I'm like, fuck. And then I look at my phone, and it's 5 hours later, and it's 3 a.m, and then Zafa's texting me if I want to do a podcast. And I'm like, oh my god, I got to go to bed. Pretend you never saw this.
Facts.
Maybe that's what happens, Zafa. Maybe I saw your text and blatantly ignored you because I was like, fuck, I'm tired.
I don't blame you.
No, that's not what happened. Well, you have yourself a good night. This was a fun podcast.
It's good to be
Anyone who's
back.
listening on YouTube, comment, Zafa is a bitch.
Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen.
And you'll get a follow back on Twitter.
Let's go.
That's not worth anything, but do it for the sake of we want to see it.
Just because. And then, yeah, look for another podcast, a shorter podcast probably coming out tomorrow. So, yeah.
We'll tweet out some stuff for next week and all that. But
definitely.
Thank you for anyone listening.
Yes.
And it was nice talking to you, Zafa. I'm
well.
glad we could reconvene, even though there were no dick jokes made.
Oh, there was some.
Nope, there was none.
Nope, no dick jokes.
No dick jokes, because Chubb didn't carry the load.
Nope.
They're not in the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson.
No happy.
Did you see, super quick, did you see, oh, you went there. Did you see a video? It was a video after Watson got sacked last week, and he was laying on the ground still, and his right leg was like straight in the air, and his hand was rubbing the back of his thigh, and the tweet said, Deshaun Watson not playing good because he need a massage.
I did not.
And he out on the field rubbing his own thigh.
Damn. Oh, God.
Well, this
Good
is fun.
stuff. Yep.
Have yourself a good night, Zafa.
You too. And we'll catch you all next time. Thank you guys for your patience again. And Skol, baby. Let's go, Vikings.
What's up, bitches?
All right. Bye.
Adios.
And it goes a little something like.